I don't think you need me to tell you that the Royal Rumble match is one of the greatest gimmick matches in all of wrestling. It's fast-paced action with new entrances coming out faster than Usain Bolt at the Olympics, and after 30 people make their way down that ramp, only one can go home victorious and be given the opportunity to point to the sign and go to WrestleMania. Ooh, just the idea of it fills me with joy, but the Rumble match is also the perfect stage to deliver some of the biggest crowd reactions of all time. I mean, there's a countdown to a pop for heaven's sake. It's a perfect setup. And speaking of perfect setups, I'm Dieter from German Suplex, and this is the 5 loudest Royal Rumble pops ever. Number 5. Rob Van Dam. Having guys that have been away from the company for a couple of months is one thing, but when they return after over 2 years, it's a pretty big deal. Rob Van Dam had been on the independent circuit since his departure from WWE in 2007, but when his music hit as the 25th entrance of the 2009 Rumble, WWE fans went crazy. After all, Van Dam is one of the most popular wrestlers of his generation, and he certainly managed to impress during the Rumble, lasting well over 15 minutes. Hearing those RVD chants from the crowd after 2 years was priceless. The whole effing show was in true form once again, and people couldn't wait to see it. Number 4. Becky Lynch. 2019 was the year of the man, and like Daniel Bryan before her, she was who the fans wanted to win the Rumble. However, Becky was already booked in a title match on the same card against Asuka. It was in that match that she lost the title, leaving her in a place without any belts or a way into the main event picture. Now, we don't always get nice things, and the Rumble has shown us that on more than one occasion. Roman, I'm looking at you. But this was not one of those years. The man made her entrance at the number 28 spot in the Rumble when Lana was unable to complete due to an injury. After the original Irish Ace gave Becky the green light, the roof popped off the place. She went on to eliminate Charlotte Flair last to win the Rumble itself, leading to the first women's main event at WrestleMania. See, Vince, you can give the people what they want, and they will like it. Number 3. AJ Styles. AJ Styles had become one of the biggest wrestlers outside of the WWE, with his outstanding in-ring skills that have been showcased in TNA and during his time in New Japan Pro Wrestling as the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. The rumour mill started turning as AJ had apparently not renewed his New Japan contract, and heading into 2016 some people had dreamed he would show up in WWE, but no one really knew, so when the number 3 slot was revealed to be the phenomenal one, the crowd erupted. To have that pop and then go face to face with Roman, who was WWE Champion at the time, was inspired booking. A truly unforgettable Rumble debut from a phenomenal superstar. Number 2. John Cena. Back in 2007, John Cena was injured during a match where he tore his pectoral muscle. WWE originally told fans that Cena would be out for 6 months to a year, which left many to assume that we wouldn't be seeing him in the Royal Rumble. After all, no human could heal in just 4 months, right? Well, when the clock reached 0 and the number 30 entrance was introduced in the 2018 Rumble, Cena proved himself not to be human, and he made his way into Madison Square Garden and shocked the world as he made his surprise return. Even though he was getting booed a lot before this, even a stone-cold New York crowd had to cheer his miraculous recovery and return. Granted, they started booing him about 5 minutes later, but that shock pop was well and truly earned. Number 1. Edge. Just before the world turned on its head, we got one of the best Rumble matches of recent years. We saw Brock entering the Rumble as champ and cleaning house right up until the point it was about to get stale when he got given the boot by the Scottish legend known as Drew McIntyre, which set up their match at WrestleMania, which was one we all wanted to see at the time. But not only that, we got one of the loudest Rumble pops, if not one of the loudest return pops in wrestling history. After being told he could never wrestle again due to a life-threatening neck injury, and 10 years after retiring from taking bumps, Edge made his return to wrestling. This was emotional on many levels, as you could just see what this meant to Edge as the music blared behind him and the crowd lost their minds. Not only that, but the pop is edged into our minds as all those videos of fans screaming at home while watching this moment on their TVs came to light. It's not often that you get moments that can truly shock wrestling fans anymore, but this is one of them. Tie that into the fact that we all never thought we would see Edge wrestle again leads to one of the loudest and sustained pops in wrestling history. And that's the list. Really hope you enjoyed this one, and if you want to see more, click the video over here, and if you want to keep up to date with all the videos on the channel, make sure that you subscribe.